I find the older I get, the harder it is to climb over these fences. We go for a walk with the dogs most weeks, and it involves climbing over one of these with the 6 kids, which can be difficult. We can make our relationship with Jesus difficult, can't we? The roar of the engine of guilt in our life, where we think we're simply not good enough, and say, well, I've got to get my act together. When I've got my act together, then I can climb over the fence. Some of us, the fence we put between us and Jesus is that we're not as spiritual as someone else. Think of that person in your church. They're really uber spiritual, and you just think, well, I'm not as good as them. My prayers aren't as lengthy, my tone isn't as soft, my smile isn't as relaxed, my life's a mess, I'm not as good as them. And so we think, well, that's a fence I can't climb until I can become like, pick a name, Mark Bacon, until I can become like him. I'll never make it. And as I said that, Mark Bacon is filming this, went, oh, because we've all got that run, haven't we? And none of us are in the Champions League position spiritually, but we always have others in there. Don't you find it interesting that we judge ourselves against others' portrayed position, or how spiritual we think they are, and we judge how great we think they are, which is actually how great they are, with how rubbish we think they are. We always pick the worst thing in our life, and so the gulf between us and them is massive. And when you add on Jesus to that, who is perfect, but we're nowhere near him, are we? You can't even get my top hand in the camera. And so it's just another fence that we can't climb over. Another fence that prevents us from coming to Jesus is that we're not consistent enough. You know, in any sport, you're told if you play a 7 out of 10 each week, then you're consistent and you're doing a good job for the team. And we take that into our Christian faith. I'm not saying we shouldn't worry about how we are when it comes to following Jesus, but if we're not careful, we can put all of our relationship with Jesus on our performance and not on the grace that we live in with him. Jesus tells us to rest in him, to come to him. We can't come to him if we're always worrying about our inconsistencies. Because I have good days with Jesus. I have blinding days. I have days where I think, well, you know, if I raise a couple of people from the dead, I am definitely going to get sainthood. And then I have other days where I am a pale reflection of all that I hoped I would be. And you're the same. You have brilliant days, and you have absolutely cruddy days. But if we're worried about our consistency, then the roar of that engine will mean that's a fence we just can't climb over. Okay? Come to me, says Jesus. I could go on and on with other reasons why we feel we can't come to Jesus, other gates that we put in the way that we feel we should climb over to get to him. But it was Jesus that said, come to me. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, he said. He didn't say, come to me, all you who've got it together. Come to me if you're weary and burdened. And the brilliant thing is, Jesus, he opened the gate for us, so that we can just walk through. At the end of the day, it's not about you and me, and about how good we are. It's about Jesus. It's not about what we do, it's about what Jesus has done. Matthew 11:28, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. No gates in that Bible verse, are there?